1. Pushing yourself to be the best is unsustainable. Simply push yourself to be better than the day before. This quote reminds us that striving for absolute perfection or constant superiority is exhausting and unrealistic. Instead, focus on continuous, incremental self-improvement day by day. 2. People will do as they are told by someone who outranks them, but they will only follow someone they believe in. Here's what that really means. While authority can command compliance, genuine leadership inspires voluntary allegiance and action through trust and shared values. 3. It is better to disappoint people with the truth than to appease them with a lie. This quote reminds us that honesty, even when it causes discomfort, is always preferable to deception, which may offer temporary peace but ultimately leads to greater problems. 4. Words may inspire, but only action creates change. Most of us live our lives by accident. We live life as it happens. Fulfillment comes when we live our lives on purpose. Here's what that really means. While inspiring words are valuable, real transformation comes only through concrete deeds. True fulfillment arises from deliberately shaping one's life with clear purpose, rather than passively reacting to circumstances. 5. Leaders don't look for recognition from others. Leaders look for others to recognize. This quote reminds us that effective leaders do not seek personal accolades. Instead, they focus on identifying, acknowledging, and celebrating the achievements and contributions of their team members. 6. Communication is not about speaking what we think. Communication is about ensuring others hear what we mean. Here's what that really means. Effective communication isn't just about expressing your thoughts, but about ensuring your message is accurately received and understood by the listener, emphasizing the responsibility of the sender. 7. It's better to go slowly in the right direction than go speeding off in the wrong direction. This quote reminds us that taking a gradual but correct path towards your goals is always preferable to moving quickly but heading towards an incorrect or detrimental outcome. Precision over speed. 8. Achievement happens when we pursue and attain what we want. Success comes when we are in clear pursuit of why we want it. Here's what that really means. Achievement is simply reaching a desired goal. But true success is a deeper fulfillment that comes from understanding and being driven by the underlying purpose or meaning behind that goal. 9. There is a difference between listening and waiting for your turn to speak. This quote reminds us that true listening involves genuine attention and understanding of the other person's message, as opposed to merely pausing until it's your opportunity to talk. 10. Don't show up to prove, show up to improve. Here's what that really means. Focus your efforts on personal growth and learning rather than trying to demonstrate superiority or validate yourself. Strive for betterment, not just affirmation. 11. Listening is not understanding the words of the question asked. Listening is understanding why the question was asked in the first place. This quote reminds us that deep listening involves not just processing the literal words of a query, but discerning the underlying motive, context, and true need behind the question. 12. Great leaders don't blame the tools they are given. Great leaders work to sharpen them. Here's what that really means. Exceptional leaders don't make excuses based on available resources. Instead, they proactively seek to improve and optimize whatever they have at hand to achieve their goals. 13. If we were good at everything, we would have no need for each other. This quote reminds us that human interdependence and the value of collaboration arise from our individual limitations. Our imperfections create the necessity and beauty of working together. 14. Be the leader you wish you had. Here's what that really means. Embody the qualities and behaviors of the ideal leader you would want to follow, setting a personal example for others. 15. What good is an idea if it remains an idea? Try, experiment, iterate, fail, try again, change the world. This quote reminds us that an idea's true value lies only in its execution and continuous refinement. You must take action, learn from failures, and keep trying to bring about real impact. 16. Truly effective and inspiring leaders aren't actually driven to lead people, they are driven to serve them. Here's what that really means. Great leaders don't seek power over others. Their primary motivation is to support and benefit the people they lead. It's about service, not control. 17. Start with why, and work really hard to make sure you're consistent. This quote reminds us that begin any endeavor by clearly understanding and articulating your core purpose or belief, and then diligently maintain consistency in your actions and messaging to support that purpose. 18. If you hire people just because they can do a job, they'll work for your money, but if they believe what you believe, they'll work for you with blood and sweat and tears. Here's what that really means. Hiring based solely on skills gets you employees, but hiring based on shared values and beliefs fosters deep commitment and passionate effort. 19. No matter when or where, always bring your A game because you never know when it will open doors for you. This quote reminds us that consistently performing at your highest level, regardless of the situation, can unexpectedly create new opportunities and positive outcomes. Always strive for excellence. 20. Trust has two dimensions, competence and integrity. We will forgive mistakes of competence. Mistakes of integrity are harder to overcome. Here's what that really means. Trust relies on both ability and honesty. While people can often overlook errors due to lack of skill, a breach of moral uprightness is far more damaging and difficult to repair. 21. Some in management positions operate as if they are in a tree of monkeys. They make sure that everyone at the top of the tree looking down sees only smiles. But all too often, those at the bottom looking up see only asses. This quote reminds us that some managers prioritize pleasing their superiors while neglecting or disrespecting those they lead. It's a vivid critique of disingenuous or self-serving leadership. 22. Stand for people, not a product or service or metric or number. If we stand for real, living, breathing people, we will change the world. Here's what that really means. True impact and world-changing results come from prioritizing human well-being and connection above commercial interests or abstract metrics. Focus on humanity. 23. We must all try to empathize before we criticize. Ask someone what's wrong before telling them they are wrong. This quote reminds us that before judging or correcting others, we should first try to understand their perspective and underlying issues. Seek empathy and understanding before offering criticism. 24. If you want to be a great leader, remember to treat all people with respect at all times. For one, because you never know when you'll need their help. And two, because it's a sign you respect people, which all great leaders do. Here's what that really means. Treating everyone with consistent respect is crucial for great leadership, not just for potential future reciprocity, but because it demonstrates fundamental human regard, a hallmark of true leaders. 25. Profit isn't a purpose, it's a result. To have purpose means the things we do are of real value to others. This quote reminds us that financial gain should be an outcome of valuable contributions, not the sole driving force. Genuine purpose lies in creating tangible benefit for others. 26. We can teach only if we are willing to learn. Here's what that really means. Effective teaching requires an ongoing openness to learning ourselves. To impart knowledge, one must remain a receptive student. 27. Trust doesn't develop from always doing the right thing. Trust comes from taking responsibility when we do the wrong thing. This quote reminds us that perfect behavior doesn't build trust as much as accountability for mistakes. Admitting and owning your errors is key to fostering genuine trust. 28. Leading is not the same as being the leader. Being the leader means you hold the highest rank, either by earning it, good fortune, or navigating internal politics. Leading, however, means that others willingly follow you, not because they have to, not because they are paid to, but because they want to. Here's what that really means. Leadership isn't about a title or position, it's about inspiring willing followership. People truly lead when others choose to follow them out of belief, not obligation. 29. When you compete against everyone else, no one wants to help you. But when you compete against yourself, everyone wants to help you. This quote reminds us that focusing on self-improvement fosters collaboration and support from others, while an external, competitive mindset often alienates potential allies. 30. Work with people who believe what you believe. Here's what that really means. Aligning yourself professionally and personally with those who share your core values and purpose leads to more effective and fulfilling collaboration. 31. We'd achieve more if we chase the dream instead of the competition. This quote reminds us that greater accomplishments result from pursuing a compelling vision or purpose rather than solely focusing on outperforming rivals, as the latter leads to reactive behavior. 32. Success comes when we wake up every day in that never-ending pursuit of why we do what we do. Here's what that really means. True success and fulfillment arise from consistently pursuing your fundamental purpose and beliefs, making that why the driving force behind your daily efforts. 33. Those in pursuit of why are inspired to do what is right. Those in pursuit of what are driven to do what is easy. This quote reminds us that a deep understanding of purpose motivates ethical and challenging actions, while a focus purely on tasks often leads to choosing the path of least resistance. 34. Self-confidence is the ability to exercise restraint in the face of disrespect and still show respect in response. Here's what that really means. True self-confidence allows you to maintain composure and civility when provoked, responding respectfully even when others are disrespectful. 35. Don't quit. Never give up trying to build the world you can see, even if others can't see it. Listen to your drum and your drum only. It's the one that makes the sweetest sound. This quote reminds us that persevere in pursuing your vision, even if it's not immediately understood by others. Trust your inner guidance and continue working towards your unique dream. 36. Offer your strengths to others and you'll be amazed how many people offer their strengths to you. Here's what that really means. By generously sharing your abilities and talents to help others, you will find that people are often willing to reciprocate and offer their own support in return. 37. Confidence is believing in yourself. Arrogance is telling others you're better than they are. Confidence inspires. Arrogance destroys. This quote reminds us that true confidence is an internal self-belief that empowers, while arrogance is an outward display of superiority that alienates and damages relationships. 38. A leader is the one who speaks last and acts first. Here's what that really means. Effective leaders listen attentively to others' input before offering their own opinion, and then they are the first to take decisive action. They prioritize understanding and initiative. 39. If you want to achieve anything in this world, you have to get used to the idea that not everyone will like you. This quote reminds us that pursuing significant goals often means making unpopular decisions or standing out, so accepting that universal approval is not possible is crucial for progress. Thank you for spending this moment with the Mind Shelf. Let this quote stay with you, and may your day be filled with peace and purpose. If it stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Reflect, share, and let's grow together one thought at a time. What does this quote mean to you? Share your thoughts below. Your words might inspire someone else today. If you'd like more gentle wisdom and soulful reflections, don't forget to subscribe and join our growing mindful community. And if you're watching this as you wind down, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and carry this wisdom into your dreams. Until next time, rest well.